clicked on this video and you haven't seen part 1, that's fine. But part 1 is when I talked about how my mom got diagnosed with breast cancer. I'm sure I could have been a little bit more detailed, but I think I covered the essentials. Didn't cry, so don't worry if you don't want something that makes you even sadder. This is gonna get serious. It is, but I feel like if this helps anyone out there, like at all, then I feel like this is a good thing to make. I didn't turn to YouTube when I lost my mom. Cried a lot, and I turned to music, I guess, and a lot of shopping. But before we get there, I will just tell you some stuff that people maybe don't really talk about, because why not, right? My mom had been battling breast cancer, stage 4 breast cancer, for 3 years, 3 months, and 17-ish days or so. Things were just getting a lot harder. My mom broke her, well, I guess there was a lot more to the story that I didn't share in the first video, but throughout my mom's whole ordeal with cancer, we got in a car accident. She broke her arm right here, and then she fell, and so she broke her leg. So at the end of it all, she was pretty immobile, but she could still do other things. She got stitches for the leg situation. Like, she had to go through surgery because her bones were brittle. This was stage 4. It had spread to other areas. It had also spread to her liver, which we were pretty terrified about. At the end of it all, I would say, yeah, the month of September, and even, heck, it was several months, honestly. My mom and I were at a skilled nursing facility, which they help with rehab. And I'm gonna be real with y'all, like, it's where older people are. It's like a nursing home, kind of. And things were kind of dark because you'd see older people and then you wouldn't see those same older people. The people there were, for the most part, really nice and helpful. It got to be kind of like a family in that, you know, like, you have your routine, and my mom and I would watch The Talk, and then my mom's friend would come in the evenings. I think it was like Tuesdays or Thursdays. We'd watch Project Runway. No, Dance Moms, and then Project Runway. We'd have tacos and watermelon. This was in Texas, guys. It's a way of life. So yeah, it was we found good moments through it all. But my mom's body was just getting weaker, and I think we both deep down we knew she was having a lot of issues with her blood cell count and her heart too, which that was kind of weird because we were like, what? At that point, she wasn't really able to get chemo because the blood cell count was too low. In case you didn't know, like, if your blood cell counts aren't high enough, you can't get chemo because they're gonna knock him even lower. My mom was in and out from hospitals and skilled nursing facilities, and then the doctors. She was at the hospital, and this is where it gets dark, okay? So just bear with me, because I don't know if this helps you at all. Like, I want to share it, and honestly, I think it's kind of therapeutic for me because I just went through a lot, like, at the end of September this year, because it was like, holy crap, it's been 7 years since I lost her. My mom, well, I had just gotten to work, and my mom called me. She was at the hospital, and she said, hey, sweetie, I think you should come back. Tell your boss that you can't go in. And I was like, what's wrong? And then it just kind of like, it kind of hits you, you know, kind of know what's going on. So I drove back, bawling my eyes out. Definitely don't recommend doing that. She kept saying, please, I want you to be careful. Try, if you can prevent it, to not have a full-on meltdown while you're driving. It's kind of scary. And if you are, make sure to wipe away the tears. Just saying, personal experience. I got to my mom, and they basically told her that they didn't know how long she had because her body was not, like, her bone marrow wasn't reacting to things, or like, it just wasn't. Basically, it's over. We just don't know how long you have. That was September 16th. That was a Friday, 2011. No one can prepare you for that. Like, you're basically like, so I know it's gonna happen, I just don't know when. It's the most terrifying thing in the world, honestly. My mom asked me, well, she told me, like, invite whoever you would like over, and like, she talked to them. My best friend Deidre, her family went. My mom was basically like, hey, like, kind of watch out for her. Me, yeah, like, I asked college friends over, and my friend, who is now my husband, he was there. And it's just crazy, you know? In those moments, you kind of see, like, who's really there for you. After that, we went to hospice. And hospice, if you don't know, is where, again, I'm gonna keep it real with you guys, it's where people go to die. We had just moved into a new apartment, like, and when I say we had just moved in, I mean like we literally had just moved in. Like the stuff was there and we hadn't unpacked, and my aunt and my uncle had helped with that because we were like, oh, this is closer, and oh look, like it's gonna be great for like my mom's wheelchair and like all of this. So we didn't want to go there because one, it wasn't really home, and we also, I don't know, there's certain sense of like, okay, it happens there and then you never go there again. So just something to think about, because it's in-home hospice care and then like actual like in the place hospice care. We got there on the 16th, 17th, 18th. Nope, the 19th. The 19th was Monday. We went in there and it was awful, guys. Like, it's not good. It's not. But at that moment, like, I knew that I had to be some form of strong in some way, because I didn't want my mom to see just how much it was tearing me apart, which obviously, like, she knew, duh. But I also was thinking about it from her perspective. This is something that, like, again, people don't tell you about. And before then, like, I was in the hospital bed with her the whole weekend. Like, we didn't say anything to each other. We just like laid next to each other, just there. So the 19th, once we got inside, like inside the hospice place, it was actually pretty nice. This is something, like, it's nice. They have a refrigerator and it's clean, and they had a little tiny sofa, so I slept on that. They have showers too, which I only took one shower because I was like, no one's gonna make me leave my mom now. Like, no freaking way. We had friends visit. My cousin actually visited. She's like my third cousin, but she's like one of the best people in the entire universe, that I feel like she's way closer than, you know, like family tree. I'm like, you're basically like right here. Came and she visited me and we just had a chat. Like, we just talked, we goofed around. Like, you have to find those moments of like, okay, I need to compartmentalize. My mom always used to say that. So just like focus on this, focus on this. I had to go to freaking like Frost Bank to do something, and I was like, if I lose my mom while I'm at a stupid bank, I'm gonna like punch you people. But I didn't lose her that way. My then best friend, now husband, visited me. I was wearing scrubs because, take clothes, guys, because I didn't have any and I didn't care. I was like, the scrubs were like way too big on me. We also, like, the will and the testament stuff needed to be figured out on the 19th, because that was also basically the last time that I really talked to my mom at all, because in hospice care, they want the people to be comfortable. And I kept hearing that, and I think it kind of clicked. It's like, oh, comfortable, guys, this means asleep. So, not awake, not talking. And my aunt didn't like that, because she was like, no, but like she's out, like. And I think that was their way of, like, that's what you do. Didn't know that, but now you guys maybe do. The whole process itself of like actually losing my mom, I'm not gonna go too in depth because that just like, that's a lot. But after it happened, I felt a little part of her leave. I wasn't alone. I was with one of my mom's close friends. My aunt and uncle then walked in because I had called and I said, I think it's gonna happen soon. Got there, and yeah, I mean, there are things that don't prepare you, but the moment it happened, I felt a certain sense of like strength. It literally, I'm not even kidding you. I felt her leave, but then a little part of her like stayed with me, and I realized, like, whoa, she's gone. Like, but holy crap, I'm still here. Holy moly. Oh, wow, everything she's ever taught me is now here and here. It's here. Like, yeah, planning the funeral is freaking weird. Planning a viewing, all of that, but just kind of keep in mind, like, okay, what would my mom say? What would my dad say? What would my aunt, you know, like, just think of it like that. It's weird, and you're gonna have meltdowns, totally fine. I don't think I slept that night because it happened September 26th, 2011 at like 10:20 p.m. although they think it was 10:40, but I was like, no, it's 10:20. So I didn't really sleep that night. But leaving the hospice place was one of the best feelings in the world, because you're like, never have to be there again. But then also like, whoa, this part of my life is over. Now it's learning to live life without my mom physically here. holy crap. Lean on your friends, lean on family, lean on just people that you love. I went to see a therapist or psychologist for like 5 months after that. I lost my mom on the 26th. I went to school the following Monday because I didn't want to just sit around. I ended up moving in with my aunt and uncle, my adopted aunt and uncle. And yeah, things were weird for a while. It was reckless, just driving a little too fast, even in Texas. Making like harsh turns, not really taking care of what I was eating. Staying up way too late. I started oversleeping because I no longer had a parent, and it was weird, and I was like, I don't understand. Yeah, it was weird. I was 19 and everything just changed, but I'm here. I'm here and I'm smiling. And here's the thing that always gets to me, because people are like, well, they're always with you. Everything happens for a reason. Oh, shut up. I still don't know why it happened to my mom when I I don't know if he's still alive, a father. Like, I didn't understand why he didn't get it and why my mom did. So those things maybe don't always go away, at least not as quickly as you think they would. But it's just a roller coaster, and you know what? You ride it. You ride that roller coaster, because after that, like, you just learn to take things a little bit with a grain of salt, you know? I put things into perspective. I'm like, is this life or death? No, all right. Why am I stressing out? Like, oh my God, my nail broke, and like now I look ratchet on camera. Is that really gonna affect anyone? No. I hope this video helps in some way. I didn't really cry, and I hope it didn't get too dark. But again, this was just something that I felt like maybe some of you guys out there might need any kind of help with at all. I don't know. So after this, I'm just gonna talk about my life now and learning to live without my mom next to me, because she's always here and she's always there. But I hope she's not like constantly watching me, you know. I want her to live her life up there in heaven, just like having a ball in the good place. Have you guys seen that show? Anyway, that's a whole other thing. Okay, bye.